Hello everyone, welcome back to the back post. It's just me today, which feels kind of weird. I feel like I'm normally used to the boys in my ears chatting away, and it's just going to be strange. I'm going to be talking to just you guys. But anyway, I'm here to give an Arsenal-Chelsea preview for the FA Cup final, which is big. Before that, though, I will quickly want to say, just like the video, and like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We've been getting a bit of momentum recently with these fan cams, and it's been nice to see, and I just want to kind of push it a little bit more. I want people to interact. So if you like the video, like the video. If you don't, just leave now. Anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then on to the preview. So yeah, Arsenal in a big final again. Can you believe it? It's just so stressful, isn't it? We've played Arsenal in so many big finals in the past couple of years. I mean, last year we all remember Baku, don't we? Baku was incredible. It was about a year ago, really, when you think about it. Probably more than a year, but we went to Baku. We got the dub against Arsenal. It was like 4-1, and it was a brilliant time beating Arsenal in the European final. And also, it was just quite funny because they needed that to get Champions League football, and we already had it. We finished third and we still beat them for it. It was so sweet, and we beat them in such a good way. I mean, they didn't help themselves, and also Hazard had a brilliant last game because it was kind of his sign off, and he wanted to do something big. So no one can forget Baku, and that was only a year ago. But let's not forget that in 2017 Arsenal denied us. They denied Antonio Conte of the double of the FA Cup that year, and that was the actual FA Cup, and that was that. And I think we're going to be looking for revenge for that. We want revenge for that FA Cup, because that would have been brilliant to have Conte have a double in his first season, and we're looking for revenge for that. But they're 100% going to be looking for revenge in Baku. So again, we meet them in the final. It's going to be big. I think it's going to be big. If we're talking this season now, we've played Arsenal. We've only played them twice. We've played them only in the Premier League, and it's been some interesting games. The first game away at the Emirates back in December, which feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? In front of fans as well. But that game was incredible. It was just, we weren't great again. Like the story of our season, we've had a very up and down season, but we had this game where they were controlling the game, and then in the 83rd minute, Jorginho scores, and it's 1-1, and then in the 87th minute, our boy Tammy Abraham scores a winner, and this was back when Tammy was firing on all cylinders, man, and just him running over to that away end, and the away end going mad, and we've all seen the videos. That was an incredible moment this season. It's probably up there for most fans this season. I think it's top 5 for me at least. And then not long after that, in January, we played them again in the league and back at the Bridge, and it was a very dramatic 2-2. We played a bit better this game, but it was them this time that had the late winner, the late equaliser, should I say? And also, let's not forget, David Luiz did a David Luiz and got a red card, and that was that. We probably should have won that game, thinking about it. But yeah, Bellerin got a very late equaliser. So both games have just been quite dramatical and quite late as well. So this game really promises to bring some of that tenseness and that drama from the season. And both teams have had this kind of mad seasons up till now. We've both had ups and downs, huge ups and downs, really. And especially with Arsenal getting rid of their manager and stuff. So, it promises to be really big. It really does. Funnily enough, European football's on the line again. Not for us, but for Arsenal. We all know they finished 8th this season, and we finished 4th, which means they don't even get European football unless they win the FA Cup final. So that gives them such, something more to play for, really. Other than the FA Cup, they have that to play for. We've guaranteed Champions League. They're fighting for Europa League now, and they'll bring that to the game, and them players will know that. That being said, Baku, they were fighting for Champions League football. We had it. They couldn't get it then. Can they get it this time around? I don't think so. Finishing 8th is quite crazy for Arsenal as well. And if they don't get European football this season, I think it's since 1996 that the last time they didn't have European football in Europa League or Champions League. So that'll be huge, and it might benefit them, to be fair, not playing that many games. But who knows? I think that's another thing to think about going into this game. They have that. Right, before I go into my predictions for the actual game, we've got a special guest this week. It wasn't just going to be me. It's a little bit biased. I don't really care though. But we've got an Arsenal fan coming in, so he's going to give his predictions.
Right, boys. So Arsenal v Chelsea FA Cup final. There are many different reasons for why I don't actually think Chelsea will win it this time. I really don't. I think the momentum's with Arsenal at the moment. Chelsea, they have individual starlets at the moment, and as much as, Arsenal have one of the shakiest defences out there. I just don't think Chelsea have got it. They seem very disjointed. Not a lot seems to be going on as a unit. It seems to be individual class that seems to be making a difference. Of course, you could say the same thing with Arsenal and in particular Aubameyang, but as a unit in terms of progression, even before the restart from COVID, Arsenal were popping it. We were fast, fluid football. There may be a few moments where you're like, oh, if it didn't go that way, we wouldn't have got the opportunities and the goals that we've got. But the main man we've got up top, we get it to him, and the main man does his job. But we've also got Giroud on the other hand, who has finished his dinner the last few games, and I wouldn't be surprised if Giroud nets in one or two goals to make a big difference in this final. Spice things up. Ex-Arsenal, if people want to call him a legend, whatever you want to say, but it should be an interesting game. I personally think it's going to be a high-scoring game, potentially. I think 3-2, if I'm honest. 3-2, Giroud to score 2 goals at Aubameyang, 1, and guaranteed Saka assist. But yeah, it should be interesting. I think it will be a matter of, Arsenal's defenders stepping up, David Luiz, facing his old team or his old club, doing what he can. The defence really, toughening up against, just in general, a whole Chelsea unit. Using those starlets that they have, the likes of Pulisic and, Giroud handing in them goals. And, start working as a unit a bit more. Because that game against Liverpool, I know, Arsenal won, we capitalised over silly mistakes, but we did our job, and Chelsea, I don't know, mate. But yeah, final 3-2 score for Arsenal, and hopefully win this. We need Europa League desperately. I wouldn't mind if we didn't get it this season, but for the next season, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely 3-2 Arsenal Chelsea, and yeah, hopefully win it. See you later, boys.
So moving on to the actual predictions for this game, we ended the Premier League season on a huge high. For me, I think so. We guaranteed Champions League football. That was so important for us. And to do it ahead of Leicester as well, that was a big fight. It could have been ahead of United. Leicester was in there. Even Wolves were there a couple of weeks ago. To beat these teams to that spot, it's a really big thing for us, So having that behind us is important. And then also talking about that last game against Wolves, we were really good. It was quite strange. I was very nervous going into that game because it's a big game. It was a very big game, and Wolves had something to play for. Wolves aren't just a shit low league side. They're quite a good side. So going into it, I was worried, but we controlled that game very well. Frank brought in that 5 at the back again, which, since United, we've played it against United and it did really work. We played it against Liverpool, and I guess it didn't work there, but it did at the same time. It's Liverpool, what do you expect? But also at the same time, we scored 3 goals and we did play all right. And then we brought it into this game and it really worked. And I think it's interesting. I think it is a good tactic for the squad that we have this season. I don't know about the next season. I don't know who's going to go and who else we're going to get in. But right now, Alonso, he thrives. He's a better left wing back than he is a left back. So putting him out on there really helps. Having Reece James on, who's really efficient at getting forward and whipping in balls. And don't get me wrong, Aspie's great at that. But having Aspie and James on at the same time, I think that's so good. They're such brilliant players, and the way they work together. And even Aspie was overlapping and getting in front of him, and I just think that kind of like that really works with the team we've got right now. So that worked. And also, you know, the three centre-backs, Asby, Rudiger and Zuma, they were strong that game. And so I think the five, that really does work. And then also in that game, we all know, Frank brought off Kepa and brought in Caballero, and that is huge, I think. Last game of the season, and he's not trusting our number one goalkeeper to play, and that was mad. And you know what, Caballero, luckily for him, didn't have much to fight for, really. Didn't actually have, I think they had one shot on target, you know, he didn't actually have anything to save. But I think a lot of people are saying that he brought a lot of confidence to that back line, which, you know, they fucking need. So yeah, and so that was quite mad. I think Kepa's going to go at the end of the season. I don't think he'll play this game. I think, personally, I do think that Frank will go with the five at the back, and he'll go with Caballero and goal. It makes sense. Why change something if it's been working? And also, let's just massive shout out to Mason and Giroud, you know, like, and Pulisic. They've all three of them are on form. Giroud scored in every bloody game. Pulisic came on at Liverpool, started. He's just on form, player with so much confidence. Mason got a goal and assist against Wolves. You know, he's our best academy graduate this season. He's nailing in his position for the squad next season. It's going to be hard for Frank if we do get Havertz in. We already have Ziyech in and stuff. It's going to be hard for Frank because Mason's played brilliant, and it'll be so harsh to take him out of the team. So, you know, we have all this really good energy, I think, after the back of that game. Really positive, confidence, energy, and I don't think Frank's going to switch up this side too much. I think Kante might come in if he is not injured anymore. So that's even better. So I think we're going to bring a lot of good energy to that game. And then if we move over to Arsenal, their last game of the season, they played Watford, and the first 40 minutes they were dominant. They were, and it's, you know, and they have been dominant under Arteta. They score goals, and they're a better side easily under him. That being said, David Luiz came back. David Luiz came back and did a David Luiz again. You know, he's so unpredictable, and he gave away a pen, and Troy Deeney obviously put that pen away and gave Watford just a fighting chance, and then they went and scored another one, and realistically they gave Watford a chance even though they were 3-0 ahead. And I think that, you know, psychologically that's where Arsenal have been going wrong this season. Don't get me wrong, we've had our problems, but, you know, they've always got that kind of psychological edge where, you know, they can't trust their defence, and it will do stuff like that, and it could give away games. Don't get me wrong, they didn't win Watford, but that mentally going into the final now, you know, I feel like we're in a better mental space going into it, and I do think we'd be more favourites. So, you know, it's going to be really interesting. It really, really is. I think, you know, this game has goals written all over it. If the last couple of games, like I mentioned, are anything to go by, late dramatic goals is going to be here. Both sides do not have defences, let's face it. You know, our biggest problem this season has been defence, so has theirs. Luckily, we've, you know, got away with it this season, but, you know, seeing, I think, the front threes of each team going against the defences of each team, that just spells goals to me, really does. You know, Aubameyang's, you know, he was second in the Golden Boot race, like, he's been scoring so many goals. Giroud's on form, Pulisic is on form. For them, you know, they've got some of the younger players like Saka on form. This game has so many goals written all over it, and it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting to see what happens. I really hope we win, obviously. And for a score prediction, it's really tough. I hate giving score predictions. I think everyone does, but I'm going to say 3-2. I think I'm going to say 3-2 because, you know, goals and shit. Willy Caballero isn't the best goalkeeper in the world. He's not going to keep a clean sheet, I don't think, especially against like Aubameyang. So I think 3-2, and what a dramatic final. If my prediction's right, what a dramatic final it'll be, a 3-2 win. And I can't wait. I can't wait now. I'm going to be well nervous on the day, obviously, but I cannot wait. It's so cool to have this final, and it's so good that we've got this out of this season. And I know Josh, if he's made it this far in the video, he's going to be rolling his eyes. But, you know, this season was going to be a weird one, and we've still come away from it fourth, ahead of some teams like Arsenal, like Spurs. We're in a bloody final, you know, and it's a winnable final, and don't mean to shit all over Arsenal, but it's a winnable final. It really is. And if we see Frank lifting that trophy, that's just incredible. It'll be absolutely incredible. Can you tell I'm excited? But yeah, that's it. That's my preview. There's my predictions. I'll be doing a fan cam after the game straight away. I'll be getting a fan cam out. Hopefully it's a happy fan cam, because I've actually not had to make a sad one yet. I'm jinxing myself. Why am I saying this stuff? But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate everyone watching. Again, like I said at the start of the video, please like the video, please subscribe. It really does help us. It gives us a lot of motivation. It gives us an ego boost as well. Oh God, I've knocked the camera. It gives us an ego boost, like I was saying. But no, we do really appreciate it. Comment below your predictions if you're watching. Let us know what you think. And make sure you tell your dads.